Hello, I'm author Raj A. Mustanski, and welcome. Are you an avid fiction reader? Do you love to be entertained? Well, I have the books for you. These three books make up my Adam's Way trilogy. My first book, Adam's Way: A New Beginning, was written as a standalone book. I was going on to my second project about a baby boomer based upon my own experiences. But before I had a chance to start composing at the keyboard, readers were coming back asking one question: when's the sequel? I said, there's no sequel. I'm going on to do a book about baby boom. When's the sequel? After hearing that time and time again and over 100 times, I said, well, it lends itself to a follow-on, so I came up with the Adam's Way trilogy based upon the first title. The readers were saying they wanted more of the characters, they didn't want the adventure to stop, and they just couldn't put the book down. They had to keep turning the pages until they got to the last page. Plus, they said it was unlike any other book they have read because it has it all. It has action, suspense, mystery, romance, and some science fiction woven into it. The trilogy begins with the main character, Adam Christian, who lost his wife to cancer 5 years before the story begins. He is breaking away from his busy, hectic schedule as a sports broadcaster and taking his first vacation in 5 years down to Key West, Florida. As he's driving down to Key West in his dream rental car, a red Mustang convertible, he comes to the aid of a stranded young lady whose transportation breaks down. She is needing to get to Key West by nightfall so she can begin her new job. Adam, of course, obliges and says, I will give you the lift. Early on, from the first chapter and to their travel to Key West, Florida, there's things happening around the world. There's earthquakes, volcanoes erupting, and the reader senses something bad's going to happen. And it is. It's the eve of the end of the world and mankind. They get to Key West, and within 3 days they keep bumping into each other. They have lunch, they go to the beach, and they fall madly in love with each other. Unbeknownst to them, they are pooled and selected to be the only two that can save the world and mankind, but first they have to be tested and proven. The rest of the adventure covers that battle with evil and for them to be proven as chosen ones and to save the world and mankind. The book ends with their memories being erased, so as them being chosen ones, they are destined to do greater things and be able to preserve our world and mankind. In the second book, Beyond Paradise, it picks up 3 years later when the two main characters are having horrible nightmares based upon their experiences of what happened to them, saving the world and combating evil. And they can't understand because they feel that their dreams, they're in the same dream together and it's lifelike. So to get to the bottom of it, they go to a psychologist in Washington, D.C., who is a world-renowned expert in dreams analysis, and he reveals who they really are. They are chosen ones. He is linked to a counter-terrorist organization, and there's a terrorist group ready to take control of the world. He recruits them to stop the terrorists from taking control of the world. In a chase across 3 continents, the chosen ones are going through every type of action, suspense, mystery, to a surprise ending down at the tip of the Red Sea at Sharm el-Sheikh. The readers are saying the ending was spellbinding and it knocked their socks off. A lot of people try to figure out the endings, but to date, very few have really came up with how the ending was going to end. That leaves off book 3, begins a year later with the main characters being faced with the terrorist revenge like never before. They are out to destroy the world, starting with the United States. They begin attacking Baltimore, then on to New York City, Niagara Falls, and then Hoover Dam. In another ending, which the readers are calling, again, breathless and amazing, which they cannot figure out, it blew their socks off. In between my second and third novel, I was doing a lot of guest speaking, and people were asking me if I could help them, and I of course said, how? And they were asking, how did I stay focused writing my first 2 novels? And I gave them the tactics I used. Then others began asking, what did I do with the manuscript? Who did I send it to? Who did I call? And I gave them that advice. I finally decided to write a book based upon my own experiences, Enough is Enough, What All Aspiring Writers Need to Know. In 2009, I completed it and submitted to USA Book News, and it came back as the 2009 National Best Books Award finalist for writing and publishing. So, if you want to read great fiction and be entertained like you've never been before, or you are thinking about writing that manuscript and don't know what your next step is, it's all right here. Go to my website at www.rodjmustanski.com and just click on the Order Books tab. Again, the best of luck to those who are wanting to write, and for those who are avid readers, great reading.